All right, Cyber Traders, welcome on back here this Friday morning, January 7th, shortly after 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Welcome on back here. Great to see Gene, John, Kathleen, Dickens. We have JD, Bill, Bob, Mario, all of us here live inside Cyber Group. Of course, for all of us on social media, Facebook Live, YouTube. Well, this is not the voice of Fausto Pugliese. Of course, my name is Josh Levitan. If you were sticking with me from the earlier part of this week, tagging in once again, Fausto's actually taking care of some snow here in Long Island. He lives kind of off on a private road, so they ended up failing to plow his street. So he ended up texting me early saying, hey, I think I need your help here this morning. So, nonetheless, folks, great to see everybody, and nice way to close out the week, huh? Not in terms of snow. I'm not a big fan of snow, but MRIN, at least MRIN. We ended up seeing the stock make a nice pop, at least this morning. Some news came out. Mario inside our live trading room just now as I'm talking posted a 17-cent profit. I know Deb ended up catching 9 or 10 cents herself. Nice pop, and I'll tell you what, good exit. We thought Deb got out a little too early. Well, better to get out there than what's happening right now, coming right back down this MRIN trade. But the news that came out, I posted this on the social media stream here, and I posted inside Cyber Group. MRIN Software announces an Amazon DSP integration. What does DSP mean? I do not know, but it's an Amazon partnership in terms of expanding their advertising. So, with that, we typically see these announcements come out with these smaller cap stocks, and they lead to a nice pop, nice reaction. Now, the question is it going to continue? Is this going to keep pushing up after the market opens and make this beautiful higher high? Certainly hope so. Of course, for that reason alone, we're going to put this on our watch list so far for the morning. But this is where I say, and we talked about this at least in the phase 3 class from Tuesday, or from Wednesday, I should say. But it's to say that normally after 9 o'clock, 9:15, you tend to see some sell-off, for these stocks making these big moves in pre-market. So, hey, look what's happening now. Pulling back pretty sharply from 458 pre-market high, dropped about 25 cents. So we'll try and find another entry on this trade at least once the market does open. All right, folks. But this isn't the only big mover that we've caught so far this morning in pre-market. Top percent gainer, even up more than the MRIN trade right now. The ABSI, we ended up seeing this make a really nice pop going into 7:15, 7:30, and well, as I'm talking, trying to get going here once again. ABSI ended up making a beautiful move, like I'd said, shortly after 7 a.m. Ended up breaking out from 8 all the way up towards resistance at 10:50. Once it started to pull back down, after it pulled back, we ended up seeing a pretty big iceberg order at 10:50. So, I would typically say for a stock to make this big of a move anyway, you should focus on 50-cent levels and whole numbers. And there's going to be a big level at 10 anyway, but 10.50 in particular should also be pretty big. The news out on ABSI, just for anyone interested, only because I read off the MRIN news. I'm not going to do it for every stock, folks. I thought the MRIN news was pretty interesting with Amazon, but, hey, up big right now. ABSI, the news out on it, they ended up announcing research collaboration with Merck, another big company. So it looks like ABSI eligible to receive up to $610 million in upfront fees and milestone payments plus royalties. So sounds good. Sounds good for the company. Obviously, partnering in their own right with a much bigger company in Merck. But pushing up here, trying to break higher or at least make the move up to 10. So joining the MRI, and we'll put the ABSI on our watch list. All right. So I'll tell you what, folks, we ended up seeing a couple of other moves from after hours yesterday. We know GameStop popped big, in their NFT news. AMC may be a sympathy play with it. In the phase 3 stock class yesterday afternoon, we ended up following the fund trade PHUN. We'll get to that momentarily as that's on the loser side. But what we'll do just to kind of make things efficient with time, we'll go right from top to bottom. And any of the other bigger moves that we've caught from yesterday, we'll quickly recap. All right. All right, Deb, there we go. Deb on the ABSI. She got out on MRIN, jumped right in on the ABSI from 9:32. She just got out with a 50-cent profit. 9:82 is her exit. Beautiful. Excellent. All right, so HGSH, we'll see if there's anything that joins those two at least. HGSH, very active within pre-market early on, but coiling up in this tight range. That's not really too attractive for us right now. But, listen, I'm sure this is better than some of the other stocks that we'll go through here coming up. So this will make our list. We'll probably be near the middle, kind of at the end of it all. All right, so GameStop, obviously, right? Number 4 on the gainers list. Let me actually pull up the news one more time for this one. This will be the last news report you got from me here today, but All right. So GameStop shares trading higher. This was a report from 4:30 in the afternoon yesterday, following a Dow Jones report suggesting the company plans to launch a business unit dedicated to NFTs and cryptocurrency. You would have thought that they would have done that earlier with all of the meme stock stuff, with all of the Wall Street bet stuff going on there, because they're big into crypto as well. And you kind of add two and two together with GameStop and AMC accepting crypto for payment. That's going to be coming up much sooner than you think. I think there was a report even on that as well from yesterday afternoon. But nonetheless, I mean, GameStop ended up making this really big pop in the after hours, and for right now, it's still up big. I'm not particular about the price. That's the only thing on this trade. So, hey, I'll put this on our list just for fun or for anyone that has, option calls on it perhaps, but we're not going to trade $156 stock, or at least most of us. And, hey, if you want to trade the one share, you could do it, but we know that from 9:30 to 10:30 Eastern time, we know that's the better time for us to try and actually make money, like real income, trade more than the one share there. After 11 o'clock, when things slow down, that's when you can begin to try and challenge yourself on some faster moving stocks by lowering your share count, as you're not going to make a lot of money with, small shares, but you're not going to lose a lot, right? That's the practice in trading small shares. But hey, from 9:30 to 10:30 in the morning, if you're trying to make your days pay, unfortunately, you're not going to get that on one share. So, that's where I say I'd rather you focus on something more within your price range during prime time. But, hey, otherwise, option calls on GameStop or maybe even the AMC trade, as we'll get to that in a bit. Gene on ABSI, look at him, and Udea ended up getting some big profits as well. Udea with just about 56 cents, quick math there, and Gene with 32 cents. They were in from right around 950. Cool. All right, so QNRX for right now, kind of flat. This one was pretty interesting going into 8 o'clock. I was pretty pumped for this one, but ended up just dumping right back down. And I don't know. I mean, hey, this one looks worse than that HGSH trade, right? So, I'm not particular about this trend for right now. It's just super flat. But as I go down the gainers list here, otherwise, there's like next to nothing that's trading any sort of good volume. There's DISCA here, 236,000 shares. It's up 5.5%. Yeah, maybe. I like the trend, but it's spotty chart. Yin Chinese ETF is up, I guess, for right now. Here's a familiar name from earlier this week, the HOTH trade. A big pop back on Wednesday or Tuesday of this week, rather. Boyle ETF, Baba, really expensive Chinese stock that's up as well. Maybe there's some China stocks otherwise that could be up, maybe like an IQ. I'm just shooting from the hip here. TME, maybe a NEO. NEO's up 0.44%, not much, albeit trading a lot of volume. Chart looks active at least. Let's hop over to the loser side here for right now, folks. Market's been dropping off so far in pre-market, so I'm sure that we would find more here perhaps on the loser side, but a lot of stuff hard to borrow to begin on the loser side, pretty much everything. Geez, that's not good. Here's the fun trade we'll quickly look at. We ended up doing pretty well on this trade in the phase 3 class, and I know a lot of us that were in the cyber group room took part on this too. Ended up making a beautiful pop off of 250. We ended up focusing on this trade once it broke off 270 here, got in right at 271, ended up getting out at 295, and then from there, hey, surprisingly kept popping. It ended up having these huge iceberg orders on the ask at 295 and 3 and even 310. It pardon me there, frog in my throat. It effortlessly ended up breaking through all of those orders on the ask and just kept ripping into the after hours. So pretty surprising to see, but ended up pulling right back down and right back down here this morning. So it's a good sideless stock, PHUN, just in case if it ends up making another push. It's not high risk to put this on our watch list. Just really good volume on the book, so I'm a fan of that. Let's see if there's anything just more as a short that could move with the market, perhaps like KSS Coles. A little expensive, but moving down steady here. I know that the order book will fill in a lot more once the market does open. I'll tell you one thing, I sure wish I waited just an extra day to buy Bitcoin. Ended up dropping back down towards like 41 even overnight. Ended up seeing Mara, Riot, BTBT, the others just drop off with it. We'll talk more crypto, more so heading into the afternoon. I'm not worried, but I just wish I waited that extra day, as I'm sure a lot of people did. But we'll get to that coming up at 2:30 Eastern later today. Uh, let's see. Let's see. I don't see much else here otherwise here on the loser side. So, hey, if there's any other side list stocks, folks, type it in the chat board. Let me know here in the trading room. Bill and Ford from 2472 is a day trade. Nice push so far. I mean, hey, we love Ford, right? So, given how strong it was yesterday heading into the close, pushing back up, you know what? Don't mind if I do. We'll put this on our watch list here. There we go, Bill. This famous quote, love that F. Looking at AMC quickly, didn't find this on the gainer side, but it's up over 4.5%. So perhaps this does get the rub with GameStop once the market opens. It could be more of a sympathy play if anything, but given that we don't really have a big watch list here so far, I will add this here. All right, I think, folks, I think that's just about it from my end. I gotta clear my throat here. I don't know what's going on. I feel good. I don't think it's COVID. I think we're fine. But nonetheless, folks, if there's anything else up, down, left, right, more than 5%, type it in the chat board. Please let me know. Year stock from yesterday on YouTube. Uh, Not really doing much right now. Maybe a slingshot off of 7 once the market opens up. Otherwise, though, hey, it's trading over 650,000 shares, so it's trading a lot of volume. I like to see that. If it ends up showing signs of life after the open, we'll call it out. All right, folks. Quick question. I just got a chat from someone. What are you watching at the start? I'm telling you right now, verbally, I'm going to type this list out to you. I'm not going to pull any punches here, right? These are the stocks that look best to me. I'm not, hiding anything right now at this point, right? You got me doing the meeting. So, I always get chats from students, normally when Fausto does the meeting, which is probably about 95% of the time or 98% of the time. But nonetheless, though, that's where I give you, my insight there. But you got me here right now for the last 20 minutes, right? Or 15 minutes. So MRIN, I love. Ford, I love. AMC, we'll see if that gets the rub with GameStop. The ABSI trade, just given its volatility throughout the pre-market, but we got to see that make a better move here coming up. That still looks all right. So those are the stocks I'm more interested in. Ooh, that's not looking all right. That last shake back down, that does not look all right. Should we watch T from Udea, AT&T? Let's check that out. Don't mind looking at it. Mm, Now, normally AT&T is on the most active list anyway. It's like one of the stocks that trades the most amount of shares prior to the market opening up. So, seeing the 1 million share total, that's not impressing me really. It's not down a whole lot, but it is inching up. It's tradable. It's tradable. It's similar in the sense of a Ford, but I think that Ford's a better stock for us to work with going into the open if they're both similarly priced. AT&T's ATR on the daily chart was 55 cents. Ford is 88 cents. Both are the exact same price, right? Or for the most part, around the same price. So in terms of opportunity cost, I'd rather go Ford. All right. I think that's it, though, folks. So all in all, we got about 2, 4, 6 stocks to work with, and really 5 because GameStop is pretty damn expensive. So unless if you're doing options on that, then I'd rather you focus on some of the some of the less expensive stocks at least. All right, but nonetheless, for all of us on social media, Facebook Live, YouTube. Sorry for the scratchy throat there, froggy throat. But nonetheless, I'll be back on at 2:30 Eastern time going into the close today. If you have any questions, feel more than free to send over a quick email right to josh@c2trading.com. I always like to post my email here on the social stream. Otherwise, though, if you wanted to continue with the audio commentary going into this morning or any morning, you could sign up to our live trading room by going right down to the link on the banner below the stream there to get yourself started. But for Leda, for Udea, for Norman, Bill, for Craig, for Matt, for everyone else here, otherwise, Alex, I look forward to talking to you folks coming up here at 9:30. Take care.